Yes, people. Welcome back to another live stream on the channel. This is your Game Week 23 preview. And yeah, we're live. And yeah, this is your Game Week 23 preview. We're going to discuss the games on the weekend. We will, obviously, when we get to our teams, we will just talk a bit about our team that we played on the week. And then obviously we'll preview the game. But yeah, just going to keep it short. Just going to add the people now. First of all, we've got our co-host himself, Manny. How you doing, Manny?
Yeah, all good, thank you. Back from a 3-day holiday. I did say before going that I possibly could make it back in time for an 8 p.m. stream. 7 p.m. would have been a bit of a stretch, but what can I say? Here I am. You can't say that I'm not reliable. Hanno can vouch for that.
Exactly, man. No worries, man. Obviously, Manny spent his lovely Dubai camp with the Arsenal for the 3 days. He was talking to Arteta, telling him,
I was doing nothing of the sort. I was as far away from that creature as I could be. And I've just gone on Twitter and read some rather disturbing news concerning him and a couple of our players. I'm pretty certain that both Mr. B and Hanno will have a lot to say about this, and maybe Stepsy can chime in if he wants. But, let's just say the less said about that, the better. But you know that I'm just going to have to mention that because this guy really, he's taking the mickey. Simple as that.
Exactly. Next person. It's been a while for him, but he's back. It is Hanno himself.
Yes, man. What a week of football. United playing Wolves off the park, then needing a late winner, relying on 18-year-olds, 10-out fraud, and then, of course, the famous Luton Town for win. Of course, Chelsea didn't play midweek, and I don't think we are playing this weekend as well.
Mr. B, if you're watching,
yeah. That's it.
You're right, Mr. B.
I've got a lot to say about that, by the way. That guy is an utter muppet, Neil Muppet. Yeah. I call him Neil Muppet now.
No, we'll go on to that later. But yeah, big up to Mr. B. And also, we do have man himself, Stepsy. How you doing, Stepsy?
Yeah, very well.
Dominated Brighton, made De Zerbi look like Arteta. But anyways, it's fine. But yeah.
We got the Hatters. What a win. Why not?
But yeah.
Enough for that.
But anyways,
enough doing the Neil Muppet.
Big up OTF each and every. I'm gonna ban you for that. Anyways, but yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
Erasmus.
Hoyland.
Respect Hoyland. Respect Hoyland. But listen,
no.
I'm gonna have my camera back on because I know you guys want to see my face. But yeah, look, it's been an interesting week. It has definitely been an interesting week for some Premier League clubs. But now it is the preview. But whenever we get onto our team, we can talk about a bit of. If you guys, I think everyone here did play on the week anyways. But yeah, we can talk a bit on our team this week. Then obviously talk about the game that we have. But yeah, Two Blues Podcast has no more play better than Hoyland. Listen, my boy Hoyland's cooking. No more Sean Millis comparison anymore. So I don't want to see that comparison again. Yeah. So listen, Hoyland is cooking. And yeah. McTominay is still a fraud, but I'll get on to you now later. Luton cooking Brighton, exactly, man. They're cooking Brighton. Rob Edwards with his nice face for the fan girls.
They cooked him right up.
Yeah. Anyways,
we should be in Europe, not Brighton.
We do have a lunchtime kickoff tomorrow, 12:30. It is Everton versus Tottenham.
Come on, Everton.
And I do believe the kit that Tottenham are wearing for tomorrow, they've only won once this season so far. So I'm not trying to make the kit as an excuse, but they've not been good.
You want about their grey one?
Yeah, grey one. Yeah.
Well, they play against Luton.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Mr. B first for this one.
Thanks, Lewis. want to talk about Spuds. Yeah.
That was not on purpose, by the way. That was not on purpose, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, I haven't mentioned this before, Horace, but I think your intro and outro is banging, man. That's so banging, your intro and outro, that music. That's so cool, man.
It's all flair.
Brilliant.
Not me. It's big up to them for that. But,
yeah, man, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Love it. But anyway, this one, Everton and Spurs. I want Everton to thrash them.
I don't.
Had enough.
I don't.
I don't care about them. I don't care about Luton. So shut up. Anyway.
Well, you're going to be dragged into it.
No, I would think Everton are in really bad way, aren't they? So
Can't seem to win at home.
I think, buddy, I hate to say it, but I think Spuds are going to win again. And I'm going to go 2-1 Spuds here.
2-1 Spurs. Interesting prediction. Manny, over to you. How do you see this game going?
Well. I do share Mr. B's desire for the Toffees to, stick it to the Spurs. They're still going to be without Heung-min Son, whose last-minute winner sunk Australia and broke their hearts.
Yeah.
Of course, it was the current Tottenham captain scoring a free kick past the ex-Arsenal goalkeeper. I can never, ever, ever live that down. And this is the second time in succession that South Korea have had to have a last-minute winner deep into stoppage time at the end of normal time to save their skins and then go through to the next round. They did it against Saudi Arabia. They've done it against Australia. Heung-min Son's been, the catalyst for that. And now they're coming up against Jordan, while I believe it will be Uzbekistan and the next semi-final will be between the winners of Iran and Japan. And I think Uzbekistan will be playing the hosts and defending champions Qatar in the other one. All portents there pointing to a potential Iran-Qatar showdown, but that's not decided. But back to Tottenham. Well, my head says that maybe Everton don't really have much of a chance, but then several of my predictions have been off of late. And, Stepsy can certainly vouch for that. And
say nothing, no comment.
Yeah, and I just think that even without Heung-min, Spurs are finding a way to win. And I think the Toffees are really going to have to work exceptionally hard to get something. They did, of course, gain a very creditable draw against an Aston Villa side that wanted to beat them. But as we will talk about later, the Villains are going through a little bit of a slump right now, and it will be interesting to see how they get out of this one. This game, sadly, Mr. B, I love you for saying what you said, and I'd be with you all the way. But I'm afraid Angie's boys are going to make sure they, they'll chew the Toffees and spit them out, but not by too many goals. I'm predicting it could be a very tight 2-1 game.
2-1.
You agree with me then, mate, basically. Yeah.
Hannah, over to you. Hannah, what do you think?
This game, Tottenham roller coaster games almost when they play end to end. I saw when I looked at the Tottenham haven't beaten Everton since 2018 at Goodison Park. So yeah, and that was a 6-2 in 2018, 23rd of December. So it's been a while since they won away at Goodison Park. Usually Tottenham's games are high scoring. I'm gonna go for 2-2 draw in this one.
Desmond.
Oh, Desmond too. Stepsy.
Yeah, Everton find it very hard to win at home at the moment, and they are blaming it on not having Bakura and not having this person, that person, and all that. But when you're missing your key players, it does tell on you. But Everton are in a slump. I do believe Sean Dyche can do a job for them, but I think this is going to be a bridge too far with them even letting go Holgate, even letting him go to Sheffield United, another team in the relegation fight. I don't understand that either. Spuds, we know what they're like. I mean, they can score from anywhere. Madison coming back is a huge boost for them as well. And it looks like May said, they don't need Song at the moment. They're still singing from the same hymn sheet, all of them. I can see it being very low scoring as well. I'll go for Everton 0, Tottenham 2.
Fair enough. Interesting. For me, I'll probably say the same thing, but I don't think Everton have been that good recently. But anything can happen because it is a lunchtime kickoff and there has been some crazy dramas. But look, let's see. But next game we do have is Brighton.
You're my pipe, Scott.
And listen, for me, first of all, Palace, they are absolutely dreadful. Without Olise and Eze, oh my goodness me. I mean, they're just dreadful. But for me, obviously, this is a derby for both teams, but I will go with a 3-0 Brighton win. I think it's going to be a massive win for them. I mean, look, it's not a massive win for them because Palace are in a struggling form right now, and the Palace fans, they've had enough with Roy Hodgson. But for me, I think Brighton will be on it and win 3-0, 3-0. So yeah, Manny, over to you.
Oh, this one really should have a Brighton win written all over it, because I take a look at the Luton result and I will congratulate Luton for an absolutely magnificent win. But this is one of those games which also makes you really wonder, is the manager of the defeated team taking the mickey? And you have to say that De Zerbi was definitely taking the mickey. Without any doubt. And he deservedly lost. I just don't know what really happened. And every single team goes through one of these particular games where everything that can go wrong will go wrong. It's happened to almost every team. Oris, you've had your share of many games, as has Hanno, as has Mr. B, definitely as I have. And, prior to being promoted to the Premier League, I'm sure Luton will have had some games which will have made Stepsy tear his hair out. But these games don't necessarily define the teams in question and the managers in question. It's also how well they respond. And they're coming up against the Crystal Palace team that had to really huff and puff before blowing down the Blades' house. Although, ironically, it was the Blades who travelled all the way to Crystal Palace's house in Selhurst Park. But look, this has to be a game which Brighton will win, and they need to win. They need to make sure they get back into the groove just in time for the European games that are going to be starting. And, it's funny because I think around about this period in January is when a number of teams get some of these dodgy results, January or even February. So maybe the curse has been going around here and there. But this should be a game that the Seagulls will win in a huge bird fight, cage fight, if you will, against the Eagles. The Seagulls to beat the Eagles, 3-1.
Yeah, interesting. Hannah, over to you. Brighton versus Palace. Do you see this being a big mass scoreline for Brighton? Hannah?
Oh, to me.
Yeah, it's you, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, it cuts off. This one, I've gone with an upset. I think Brighton 4-0 win, coming back from that. Haven't been the best. Palace, without Talisa and Eze, they are just rubbish. But I think Palace gets a massive win, away win, derby win, 2-1.
2-1. Interesting. Stepsy.
I can understand why people say sticky patch, but you got to give Luton a bit of credit. They pushed and pressed and done everything right in that game. I don't think Brighton were particularly poor. It's just that we made them look poor. But yeah, they were. We didn't let them settle. I think Palace are a little bit more cagey. We'll let them come at them a little bit more. Won't press as high as Luton did. So Brighton will be able to play their game a little bit more. It's pivotal for Palace to have Eze and Elise. If they didn't have them, like we said, they do falter. That game that Palace won midweek, has relieved a little pressure off Hodgson, but the pressure's on him. Everyone knows that. It's probably saved him a little bit. So, but Brighton being at home, being a kind of a derby, I can see Brighton edging this. I'll probably go for Brighton 2. Palace will sneak 1. So Brighton 2, Palace 1.
Brighton 2, Palace 1, Mr. B.
Well, I'm very tempted to go with Palace here because they got a great result the other day, come back and won, didn't they?
Sheffield
But then they
United,
had Elise and Eze, whether
Sheffield
they're going
United,
to be. Yeah, but saying that, thanks to them two, they come back and won because they almost did lose that, didn't they?
Yeah, true, yeah.
So, you know what? I think Brighton will come back because I know that they want to come back after that 4-0 thrashing they got from Luton.
Thrashing, I like that.
Yeah, I think they'll come back. I'm going to put them to win. I'm going to have them to win 3-1 against Palace.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For me, I think I already said the 3-0 about anyways. But look, anything can happen in the Premier League. Palace could come up with a shock result here. You just never know, really. Because Brighton have been awful, and we're making it seem like Brighton have been absolute excellent this season, which they haven't. So for me, look, anything can happen. So yeah, all predictions are in. Next one, let's just give our score prediction for this one. Burnley versus Fulham. But I don't rate Burnley at all, man. Company, you are a fraud, mate. Vince Company, man. Guy thinks. Oh yeah,
something.
I'm the next Pep Guardiola because I'm bold and I got a suit, mate. Listen, you're not none of that. You're none of that.
They scored against City, though. They got a goal against City, didn't they? Burnley.
But
Right.
I will go with a Fulham win. I think it's going to be 2-1 Fulham win for me. 2-1 Fulham win. Fulham nick it, but for me, I think Fulham will be too strong for Burnley for me. But yeah, Manny.
Don't forget, son, this is the same Burnley team that did what a large number of other teams couldn't, and that is go over to Craven Cottage and nick a win. And I'll tell you what, they did what we couldn't do. So don't write off Burnley just yet. But I think obviously Fulham will be determined to try and put that result right. And I'm going to go with your scoreline, 2-1 at Turf Moor. But I mean, you really are harsh when you're calling Company a fraud. I wonder if it's not just because you're a United fan and that's a Manchester City ex-captain about whom you're talking.
No, his in-game management is shocking, and look, I don't get excited with him, but look, he can still change my mind. But look, I don't think. Yeah, go on.
You said he's bad company.
Listen.
Bad company.
It's simple. He's still playing the same style he did in the Championship, and it's not working. He hasn't switched it up. He smashed the Championship. We all know that, and everyone thought them coming to the Premier League, they'll do all right. They should be safe. They should be fine, but they haven't been because he's still playing the same style that won the Championship.
Yeah,
it's totally different to the Championship. There's a big step up, and the way he's playing with Burnley, like he did in the Championship, is obviously not working.
Yeah, it doesn't work. We all know that.
Sorry, Hannah, go on your prediction. Sorry, buddy.
No, but listen. But I'm going to say this right now. I mean, I did predict Fulham to win, and you may have a point in the sense that he just doesn't seem to be willing or able to take a look at what's going on with his team and try and change and evolve the team's style. It's effectively. I think Mr. Jenkins can back me up on this because both of us are cricket fans. We remember, obviously, with fondness, a certain Madhusudan Singh Panesar, who was a wonderful left-arm spinner for England. The only problem is that after a terrific start for England, he sort of started to fade away a little bit, and then Graham Swan came in and took his place. And one big point of criticism was that he never really played. He never really evolved his style. It was effectively a case of him playing the same test a certain number of times, as opposed to actually playing a certain number of tests. And that seems to be the same way that companies Burnley are playing. It's the same sort of game, however many times they've played so far, maybe about 20 or so. So I think Burnley might end up going down. And I wouldn't necessarily go so far to say the company is a fraud. He does seem to think quite a lot, but
Bro.
I think this is just a bridge too far. I do believe he needs.
yeah.
something
But
to
no, I'm
change.
sorry. I was interrupted because there was an echo. But I think he needs to evolve soon and really start to prove himself. And Fulham can definitely go there expecting a win, and they also will want to seek revenge. So yeah, 2-1 to the Costers.
Fair enough. Hannah?
I was really tempted to go with Burnley win because Fulham don't have the best record against Burnley, but I'll go with a 1-1 draw. Because Fulham aren't the best also right now.
Yeah, exactly. Stepsy, what
Yeah,
about you?
like I said, something does have to change. They won't sack him. We all know that. There's no sense of him being sacked. But something does need to change. He needs to evolve somewhere and try and grind out some wins because they are not doing anything that's troubling any Premiership side really. They're doing the stuff that they did in the Championship, and yeah, they're having big success. But then teams find it out very quickly, match them up, and counter it. I will have to go with my predictions because they're already locked in. As Hanno knows, he's probably seen them. So I can't see Burnley scoring. I can see Fulham nicking this just 1-0.
1-0 win, I think. Chelsea fan also said 1-0, Fulham 1-0 as well. Mr. B?
Yeah, I'm going to go. Well, I'm going to go Fulham to win, obviously, because Burnley don't seem to get anything, do they? So even at home. So I'm going to say 2-0 Fulham.
2-0 Fulham, yeah, not surprised there. Score prediction locked in. Next one, Newcastle versus Town. Mr.
Come on, you
Stepsy.
magpie. No,
Mr.
actually,
Stepsy.
up there.
What are your thoughts? Is there going to be a surprise here?
The problem with St James Park is the fans are up in the sky. I mean, I've been there. I went in the FA Cup where we lost 3-1 when Hilton scored back in the day, a couple of seasons ago now. And we'll take 3,000 up there like we do it every away game. But we're so up in the sky that the fans won't be able to sing enough to react to the fans. There's a few Newcastle players that are out. Isak's out, and Gamira's out, and I think Gordon's got to play in a role that he has done before, which he done effectively. They'll still have Trippier or Livramento, whichever they want to go. They'll still have Amari on it because he's travelled. He's stayed there, so he hasn't gone anywhere. Obviously, we might have one on Sheffield United next week, but this is a game I still expect us to compete in. I don't think we'll do exactly match them up like we did at Canberra Friday where we beat them 1-0. They'll be more up for this. They want revenge. If we can keep them relatively quiet for the first hour or so, we might be able to get something from it. I'm gonna back us to a certain degree, but I can't see us getting over the line quite as easy. So for me, I am going to go. What did I do with my predictions? Yeah, I went for a 2-2.
2-2. Oh, goals galore.
I see it sort of them scoring, us getting one before half time, them taking the lead early in the second half, and we'll just press for one goal, and then we'll sit back and just try and soak up what we can.
Interesting. Mr. B.
I was going to go, but I've got to watch it because I'm going with my dad's on Sunday, so I've got to watch it on TV.
Mr. B, your thoughts?
Yeah, well, you nicked my score there, Stephen. I was going to go 2-2. Well, I'm still going to go 2-2.
Yeah, stick with it, mate. It's fine.
Desmond as well.
Desmond.
This one. There's going to be a few goals, I think.
Yeah, fair play. Hanno?
2-1 Newcastle. Or
Yeah, you
must
bastard.
have. Trying to too much for
Hanno, that's
Luton.
your team. Why are you not your team, Hanno?
Nah. Yeah, as you know, I am realistic. A draw is very optimistic, but especially the way Newcastle played against Villa, smash Villa, 3-1.
The reason I've gone for 2-2 is because we're on a crest of a wave now. That 4-0 is going to boost us up. Lockie was there on Tuesday night. I think it's just all about him at the moment. I just think we'll stick on that.
When's he returning?
Newcastle got big players out.
I don't think he'll return now, Oris, because he's now fitted with a defibrillator instead of a yeah. He ain't got
Ericsson had, didn't it? Like
no,
Ericsson.
he had a heart monitor, Ericsson. But
yeah.
defibrillator is where it helps you. If you've got a regular heartbeat, you can have one of them that Ericsson's got. But if you've had a cardiac arrest and things are trying, your breathing's affected from it, you get a defibrillator. His breathing was irregular when Ericsson's was fine when he come back around, but Lockie's heart breathing was irregular, so it's a defibrillator instead of a heart monitor. But I don't know how long it's going to be on for Forest. No one knows. He's still obviously just doing basic things that you can do, like he said in his interview. If you want a shelf that's half hanging off or a picture frame that's awkward, you can call me. He said he's doing jigsaws to try and keep himself busy. He said, but he's looking forward to his baby coming, so that will keep him busy for a little while. So I'm glad he's around to see his baby grow up, and we wish him all the best for his recovery still. So, but
his baby could play for Luton Town soon. You just never know in the future years. But
I hope he comes back. But if he comes back in a capacity, I hope it's as a coach or just as, like, a morale person. Like he came in on Monday, and it just gave the whole team a boost. And obviously, I don't know how many people saw him on the pitch on Tuesday, going around the fans and them giving him a round of applause and that, and the emotion on his face. You could see that he was near enough crying because he so wants to be out on that pitch, and he knows how much, and he knows how much Luton means to them. He knows how much Luton means to him. If he can't come back playing, I'd like to see him be involved in our club because he's been a servant, and I just hope one day he will be wearing a Luton shirt again, in either a coaching shirt or a Luton shirt.
Exactly. So I think Hannah's gone with a 2-1.
Yeah, he's gone for 2-1 Magpies.
Okay, Matney. Oh, Matney?
Yeah, I'm muted. I was muted. No, I'm not scared. I got my prediction already. Newcastle 3, Luton 2.
Oh, fucking hell. What the fuck? Serious?
I'm going to
say
Newcastle, Luton. No, I'm joking. I'm going to say 1-1. 1-1 for me.
Thank you, Horace.
1-1.
Anytime you want to see me, you're allowed. My house is open to you. My house is open to you, mate. My house is open to you. Anytime you want to come over, come and see yours. Manny, door's shut.
Maybe you're a bit too far from me. If Luton win, I will not be surprised. That's what I'm going to say. If Luton win this match, I will not be surprised because they made the Zerbi look. Whatever, man. Whatever the worst manager is, bro. The Italian Frank Lampard. There you go. But yeah. Right. Next game we do have. Oh my god, guys! Can we just give us a score prediction for this one? Sheffield United versus Aston Villa. Manny, since this is your favorite, best team in the world.
Not my favorite. Listen, all right, knock it off. Listen, some of you need to give me some credit because I was actually one of the few people who predicted that Aston Villa would lose their excellent unbeaten record this season.
He did go against Villa, so yeah.
Exactly, but I never ever imagined that they would be ripped apart so mercilessly. Now, the sad part is that I think, on an update later on, I think you did mention, Mr. B, that Watkins had scored, the XB coming to the rescue, as you said. But I think that was all that as good as it got for them. And the big problem that I have now with Aston Villa is that far from this being just a small, stutter, this could very well prove to be a bit of a huge blip, especially as long as they've got that clueless ex-spud Clement Longley playing in the centre of defence. And with the January window having shut...
Glad to see Unai Emery.
I would never do that. Yeah. No. Guys. I need to land, all right? Now, I will come to Unai Emery, and it's bad enough that the club and the manager combined made no effort to try to improve the bench strength because, in as much as people can talk about the injuries, you can't blame injuries for everything. And I rip Arsenal a new one every time for our lack of bench strength. And we're going to come to Arsenal, believe you me. I believe Connor
We
has a
will.
tweet. Connor has a tweet sort of given the star Arsenal 1 Liverpool 3 because I mean if we couldn't beat them in the FA Cup, what chance do we have against them in the league? Even with Mohamed Salah, we'll come to that later anyway. But I also can't be a hypocrite and just give Unai Emery a free pass just because I have a great deal more respect for him than Arteta, because he's going to live and die on that ridiculous high line. And if you've got some good quality defenders who can play the high line effectively and who can remain switched on at all times, then hallelujah, that's perfect. But he doesn't have Tyrone Mings, he doesn't have Pau Torres. I don't think Diego Carlos started that game. So it was Ezri Konsa, who is more than decent, and Longley in that lineup. Cash at right back, Moreno at left back, who was struggling with injuries since the end of last season, and now doesn't even have Luca Digne to push him hard for that left back spot. And then Callum Chambers on the bench. And a recent update, of course, that the ex-Arsenal defender has refused offers to leave Villa, saying he believes he still has a role to play. Good luck to you, son. Let's see if the manager really does rate you enough to give you a chance. You could be the new Rob Holding. But Aston Villa's defence...
Chambers of horrors.
Maybe. And Aston Villa's defence... Pau Torres has looked good in patches, but listen, Aston Villa's poor defending will definitely see them, come unstuck. Of course, though, last season, Aston Villa did have a pretty poor slump with an Arsenal connection when they lost at home to Leicester City 2-4. They lost at the Etihad to City 3-1. And they lost to us 2-4 on their turf as well. But after that, they went on a good run and didn't drop too many points and ended up somehow finishing in the European spots, albeit the Conference League. Of course, had Emery not been too defensive, they could have gotten a few more points and maybe gotten into the Europa League or even the Champions League. But as it stands, they have a better chance of winning the Conference League than the other two tournaments. However, he's got to work really harder because he still fancies himself for some reason his team as contenders for the FA Cup. Although I will say, and Hannah will agree with me, that Villa were made to look very ordinary at Stamford Bridge. Madueke, Sterling, Gallagher, and Palmer were ripping them to shreds. And although Villa did come back near the end and have a few... Yeah, thank you. And although Villa did come back into it near the end and had a few chances on the counter, Chelsea were always the more likely winners. And so now it's not even likely that Villa will beat Chelsea in the replay, given how they were brutally demolished by the Magpies. I mean, the Magpies just came and picked them apart as if they were a carcass. So now they're going to come up against the Sheffield United team, which nicked the draw against them and stopped their home winning run spectacularly. The ex-villain Cameron Archer proving to be the villain of the piece for Villa, only for Nicola Zaniolo to come on and save his team's flushes. And it was since then that Villa have started to slip. So Emery has to address this. And this Sheffield United team are not going to be any mugs. They did, of course, run Crystal Palace all the way, only to lose 3-2. But having said that, this team is bottom of the league for a reason. I believe their goalkeeper, Ivo Gerbic, who signed from Atletico Madrid, had a bit of an injury. So it might be back to Wes Foderingham for this game. I don't know. But Villa are going to have to sort of use this game to really show what they're made of. And if they don't win this game, then their hopes of qualifying for Europe via the league can be kissed goodbye. But I do think that Villa will bounce back because under Emery, they always have the ability to be able to bounce back after setbacks. And it's going to be a tight win, 2-1. And I never predict a clean sheet for Emi Martinez because his defense is so poor. I mean, I know people might like to mock me for how highly I rate him, but listen, I do believe he is the best keeper in the world, or definitely up there among the top 5. You don't win a World Cup, a Copa America, and the Finalissima, and do as well as you've done for
Oh, no,
Aston Villa, and win
Um,
and come in to an Arsenal team and win an FA Cup and save a season without having some quality about you. If he plays for one of the top teams, he wins more silverware. That's a fact, including Manchester United. Ha!
yeah, and if my nan had bills, she'd back. How about that? Yeah. Anyways, look, I think what there's a certain keeper that's in line to the Champions League final, but I'm not gonna speak on that. But anyways, Sheffield United versus Aston Villa.
And that same keeper
Score
has
prediction.
conceded
And
50
that same
goals.
Anyways, Hanno, your score prediction for this game?
I forgot. What did I say?
Pepsi, wake up.
I'm like,
Let's wake up step 2 of this
prediction.
prediction. A 1-0 to the Blades, Sheffield United.
You mental. Seriously, Hanno, I should pay for your
This
ticket.
Smoking, Hanno.
Seriously, Hanno, I should pay for your
Smoking
ticket.
something.
I should pay for
is
your
the Premier
ticket. So you
League, so
can,
anything can happen. Anything can
I
happen.
don't know. I should pay for your ticket to come to England, and I should grab your hand, take you to Bramall Lane, and tell you how shit they are.
More shit than Chelsea. But yeah, Stepsy, your score prediction.
Oh, that's impossible.
Yeah, for me, Sheffield.
It used to crap. You sports
So the better
United made 1 or 2 signings, nothing major. Diaz is scoring, but still not winning nothing. I've gone for this time. He ain't going to do nothing against Villa. I've gone for Sheffield United 0. That's a Villa 2.
PMD offers
Mr. B.
Well, you know what? You know that Brereton Diaz, he keeps scoring, doesn't he? So I think...
Not winning, though.
eh?
Not winning, though. Scoring, but not winning.
No, but he still keeps scoring, so I think
Not
that's
winning,
why
though.
they're going to get a goal.
He can score as many as he wants, and the other team scoring more.
But yeah, score prediction, Mr. B. Yeah, go on.
I think he'll get a goal here, but I think Villa will come out winners 3-1.
3-1 Villa. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Villa. 2-1 Villa win. Villa will get the win. 3 points, but yeah, we shall see. Next one, Bournemouth versus Forest.
Ooh, one good money again.
This is of course, man, of course. This is a good game. Of course, Manny, I'm going to come to you again. But this is a good game, though. Bournemouth versus Forest.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts about this?
Yeah, well, obviously, we beat Forest, but it wasn't a very convincing win in the end. I mean, look, we were goalless at halftime. We scored a couple of goals, and then we somehow contrived to let Forest score. And we know that we should never have done that. And this particular Forest team really don't look too good this season. And I know they've been trying to make a few more signings. I do believe the US captain Gio Reyna has been in talks about coming to the club. I think he might have already joined. Maybe somebody can confirm that. So it amazes me how they're able to sign a lot of these really, marquee-ish players, and yet do
Claudio Reyna.
Yeah, exactly. Well said, mate. You're absolutely right. Like father, like son, as it were. Chips off the old block. You know the drill. And how they're able to sign these marquee-ish players and then do sweet naff all, as people would say, is it's really it boggles my mind. And I don't see Forest really improving this season. In fact, obviously, if they do get that points deduction, I don't really know if they're going to have the spirit to really go on a winning run and really prove themselves the way Everton have been doing. And they're up against the Bournemouth team that, despite losing, of course, to a Liverpool team that are top of the league for a reason, are looking quite good, pretty good quality. The latest news, of course, is that they've afforded to let one of their strikers, the Welsh international Kiefer Moore, join Ipswich on loan. And that could be a good signing for the Tractor Boys as they look to try to push for promotion to the Premiership. Now, whether Moore goes on to sign a deal with the Tractor Boys or goes back to the Cherries, it will remain to be seen. But Iriola clearly is trying to, trim his squad of players who might not really suit the style he wants to play. He has to be careful, though, because he doesn't want to leave his squad too thin. And this is a game that I can definitely see Bournemouth winning. it may the scoreline might not be a very big scoreline, but Bournemouth should have more than enough about them to beat Forest and do so comfortably. Maybe Forest will just avoid conceding too many goals. I'm going for a 2-1 win to the Cherries.
2-1 win for the Cherries. Stepsy, your score prediction?
Yeah, I don't understand how Forest have managed to make 3 or 4 signings with their irregularities that's going on there. Their investigation the whole thing boggles me how they managed to do that. Obviously, they may have threw out some funds because that Malanga went out the door, didn't he? So there might have been a bit of money there. They signed a new goalkeeper, Celis, I believe. So that will improve their goalkeeping department. I don't like their owner. I think he's a bit of a cheating Turkish bastard in my eyes. I don't like him. Bournemouth are improving, as we know. They grind out some wins. They lose a couple, but it's not as bad as they were at the start of the season. Forest will grit in. They'll put up a fight. I see Bournemouth going ahead, but I see Forest putting it back. So I'm going for Bournemouth 1, Forest 1.
Interesting. Fair play. Mr. B?
Yeah. I'm surprised about Forest, what they're doing. I think are they going to get points deducted or not?
Big up, Rich.
It's under investigation. It's it could be any day now, or it could drag on. But at the moment, they're looking at it.
I think Bournemouth could be too good for them. I'm going 2-0 Bournemouth.
2-0 Bournemouth. Got a comment from Rich Sports. Says, big up, guys. Just passed through, dropping the night. Big up to you, Rich.
Big up, Rich.
If you need me on your channel, just message me on Twitter. I'll big up to you. Yeah, big up, Rich Sports. But yeah, it's a 2-0 to Bournemouth. Hannah, your score prediction?
Hello.
Yeah, you just said 2-0 Bournemouth, right?
Yeah, that's what B said. Steve said that, yeah.
Steve, great minds think alike, man. 2-0 Bournemouth.
Fair enough. I want to say the same thing. I'm going to say the same thing as well. 2-0 Bournemouth. Clean sheet for them. And yeah, but
not a fun game.
Anything can happen. When I skip, no, I'm joking. Chelsea.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Come on,
Chelsea.
Sorry.
It's meant to, sorry, there is a spelling error there. I do apologize, guys.
Yeah, I also think there's
hang on a minute. But yeah, we do have Shitsy versus Bournemouth.
Score predictions. Hey,
it's all apart by the rules.
Now, the good thing about that Liverpool game is that the best thing is I didn't watch that game. That's the best thing. I went to bed. I was like, no, that's the best thing about that game. I was asleep an hour before kickoff. I didn't even see the lineups. That's how great that game was.
Let him go. Disgrace. Todd Bowles, pay for your sins.
Yeah.
Well, we need to reach. I just want Todd Bowles to sell us again. We can go for another sale, please. That'd be nice.
What's the score? Hannah, what's the score? Hannah, what's the score?
What's the score?
What's the score, Anfield? What's the score,
Anfield? I think it was 2-1. But that was a few seasons ago.
Maybe it was
4 us.
No, about a few seasons ago. It was 2-1. This season it was 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1 this season. Oh well, but yeah, nah. This game,
you go to sleep.
it will be either 1-1 or 2-1 Wolves. Either way.
Oh,
but I'll go 1-1.
1-1. Not all teams can beat Wolves. Mr. B, your thoughts of this one?
Well, you know what? Wolves were unlucky against you lot. You know what?
Yeah. Chelsea versus Wolves, Mr. B.
Yeah. It was very tight there in the end, but I think Wolves could. Enough of that, this is my stream, you'd be off, mate. I'll eject you. But
Yeah, as you're saying.
Yeah, you will.
As you're saying. No, I'm joking. But yeah, score prediction, Mr. B.
well,
I think Wolves can do something. But what do you
so
think?
do I actually. But you know what? I'm going to go a big scorer game again. I'm going 3-2 Wolves.
Ooh.
Oh,
3-1
Wolves.
For me,
Yeah.
no, I'll let Manny go.
Nah.
Manny, your score prediction for this one?
Ooh,
Manny up.
this is.
Wake up, Manny.
Yeah. I'm awake. I'm awake. Ooh. It's really tough to choose. I'm tempted to stick my neck out and go for a Desmond here.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the score? I think you cut out. I didn't hear the score prediction.
You said Desmond.
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 Oh, Desmond. Okay. For me, yeah, 2-1 Wolves. Neto scoring. I can see it.
Mhm.
I can see Neto scoring. And I believe Cunha. Because he gave us some problems when he did that to us. So, yeah.
Neto
Cunha.
as well.
Neto and Cunha. So, yeah. I think everyone has put. Yeah, everyone has said this. Oh, sorry, Sepsi, yeah.
Over there. I think Chelsea want revenge after Chelsea losing to Wolves earlier on in the season. A couple of weeks ago, just before Christmas. I think Podge will want to get one over O'Neill, just so he's got something to brag about. I'm going to stick my neck on line and go Chelsea 2, Wolves 1.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I know you need to go, but before, share socials out.
Socials just on YouTube, Coach's Corner, Twitter on Center 830030, and then TikTok, Coach Corner 1, and Twitter on the Center 830030. If not, just put in Coach's Corner. In there, you'll find it. Arsenal will get walloped 3-1, by the way. You heard it here first. Walloping. And United will scrape again against West Ham, but just because Moyes is awful.
Just do Brentford Man City quickly.
No.
3-1 City. 3-1 City.
I will join you. I will join you.
Reject him now.
Cheers.
I'll join you a little bit later.
Big up, man.
Right?
Big up, I know.
Put the link in. I'll join you.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Yeah, mate.
But yeah, we will end soon. We got 3 games left. Yeah, let me see if there's any comments that I missed. I think Chelsea fan says Chelsea 1, Wolves 1, or Chelsea 0, Wolves 1. Neto 82 winner. Minute winner. Cool. Next game. It is Manchester United. We do host West Ham.
Well, have you always go on then?
Hammered.
We do.
No,
We do face the
first.
Hammers. For
It's got
me,
going first.
I believe this will be a very tough game for us. I would keep the same lineup. No changes for me from yesterday.
I agree with that.
Same changes. Sorry, same lineup. But I had a few DMs saying, Orest, you have a McTominay agenda. He scored. Listen, stop flipping through, by the way. If it's not the goals, if you take away his goals, he is absolutely crap, guys.
In other
Yeah,
words,
love-hate relationship,
one goal won't change obviously his mind.
Love-hate.
One goal will not change his mind.
Or just a hate relationship, is it?
I do think we will win.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 3-1 to United. I do think we will win.
It's good to see Rashford scored again, though, because he needed a goal.
It was a good goal from him. Yeah, I'll give him
He needed a goal.
I thought Luke Shaw
Manu.
very good. But second half, I don't know what's wrong with us with the second half, man. We need to switch on. We can't concede poor silly goals. But I thought first half was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from us. Like, probably the best half I've seen under Tonal this season. But look, I want to see the same thing. I just want consistency from this side.
Would you start Manu?
Mate, that's like saying, would I start, I don't know, Erling Haaland? So for me, Kobe Manu is brilliant.
Good goal.
Best
He looks
midfielder in the Premier League.
He's young, but he's
Declan
got.
Rice talk here. None of this Declan
There's something about him.
Kobe Manu is clear, and Kobe
Yeah,
Manu
something-
gave He did give Rice some problems in pre-season.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He does look. He's a bit raw,
Good
but
Rice,
he looks
good
like
team.
he's got some promise there. And that
Yeah.
goal he
But
scored.
we
that'll
need
give
to
him
win
confidence.
because West Ham are above us, so we need to win. And I do think we will. So I'm going to go with 3-1 United. Good to see Rashford score. Good to see Højlund score. I'm not going to give a damn. And Kobe Manu, man, brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah, he's raw, but he's got something about him. I like the look of him. I do.
Yeah, but Manny, over to you. Your thoughts on this game?
Oh, this is difficult, isn't it? David Moyes coming back to Old Trafford, his former haunt. He comes back as a European trophy. He comes back as a European trophy winner against a United team that, despite the jammy win against Wolves, still look a little bit out of sorts. But it's interesting, though, because United do seem to have this knack of pulling off some very jammy wins, but they look awful. And one thing which I'm really happy about Orist is he's not gassing up these wins and calling it, the stuff of champions. He knows that the team has not been playing well enough and they need to do better. And against this West Ham team, you know what? This West Ham team were good enough to beat Arsenal at home. And we did have so many chances against them. Our quality. Yep. Well, to be fair, we did create the chances, but then we couldn't finish our dinner. We couldn't finish our breakfast. We couldn't finish our lunch. We couldn't even finish our snack. And it cost us. So United do have some better finishers. Whether or not they will create the same chances, though, will remain to be seen. I don't want to stick my neck out here and call this a Desmond. I might actually be tempted to go for a West Ham win, 2-1. At least you lot will score, Orest.
You wait and see when Arsenal come against Liverpool next.
Hey, you dish it out. You got to take it. You know that.
True. Yeah, true.
You know what? I think United will win again, but I think it's going to be a close one, this one. It ain't going to be the 4-3 again. So I'm going to go 2-1 United.
Yeah, fair enough. That is more likely because I also Chelsea fan did say 2-1 as well. Stepsy?
Yeah, I think everyone's put the words right out of my mouth. I think West Ham will come a little bit unstuck, but I see them scoring. But I'm going for 2-1 as well. I think Højlund and Rashford will get on the score sheet as well.
We just need to switch on, man. It's second half that annoying me, man. Like second half, we're just sitting back.
2-1. You need to follow it up now. You got the momentum going. You need to follow it up.
Yeah, exactly. And second half for me, all we do second half, we sit back and invite pressure. We cannot do this in the Premier League. And I did say this on the group chat. I think Manny and Mr. B, you guys are aware. I did say at halftime, 2-0. Dodgy scoreline. We need to be going for more goals. Second half. So for me, look,
2-0 is always a dodgy
and
scoreline.
whenever we can see whenever it's like 2-1 for us, our pants are falling down. We look scared after when it's 2-1. So look, can't let it happen. Need to win, play some good football, and give Højlund some chances. So yeah, next game.
No, it's coming. So
before obviously I get money about this, I'm gonna bring up a quote. I'm gonna post a comment from Arteta today. And he said, well, someone asked him about Zinchenko White. He says, they have been in the same house for the last few days, sharing wives and everything. They are living together now. They are best mates. You don't argue with someone you don't have a great relationship with. That is absolutely crazy. But Manny,
tough, isn't it?
Would you like to say anything about this comment? But if not, that's fine. But Arsenal do host Liverpool. What are your thoughts?
Hold on. I keep forgetting that I mute myself because I don't want to, run the risk of.
What the?
Yeah. Stepsy, I will come to that. He asked.
Please do.
And
break it down for me.
Listen. This really has inklings of the whole issue with Arteta criticizing the referees, and apparently, instead of using the word disgrace, he said desgracia, which means something sad or whatever, trying to deflect everything. And all I can say is, for a guy who has literally been playing the best part of, he played the best part of his career in the United Kingdom with Rangers, with Everton, and of course ending his career with Arsenal. He's lived in England since then as a coach. Of course, never good enough to be picked to play for England despite his Spanish heritage. Certainly not good enough to be picked for Spain, unlike Mr. Cazorla, and certainly not like the Bournemouth manager. And even the Bournemouth manager, Andoni Areola, who was in the same youth team as Arteta, was capped a few times for Spain and tragically missed out on selection for the Euro 2012 squad. Otherwise, he would have been a European champion. But my goodness, I mean, I know that I don't even know that Ben White and Zinchenko would actually get into an argument with one another. But, to force two people to, share a room, I don't know, and do all of that. I don't know if any of you remember the Parent Trap, that movie starring Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
And also Miranda Richardson, the Lord rest her soul, and also Dennis Quaid. I believe that obviously Lohan was playing a double role as twins, Hallie Parker and Annie James, who of course were born to Quaid and Richardson, but separated not long afterwards when the two of them got divorced. And then after a few pranks against each other, which went wrong, they were sort of sentenced to go to live in an isolation room with one another to try to work things out. And that really, sums up the situation going on here, especially when you consider the result. They're living together now. They are best mates. You don't argue with someone you don't have a great relationship with. For crying out loud, Lindsay Lohan played a couple of, estranged twins. And they eventually got back together.
Arteta in here, by the way. Arteta's in the room.
Oh my goodness! Well, all I can say is that you don't need Nketiah for people to be in trouble. You just all I can say is that the group chemistry and dynamics are in trouble with Arteta in the room, and this is really nothing more than school marmish behaviour in excelsis. And then do not get me started about the sharing wives comment. There's a part of me that thinks he means sharing lives, but he pronounces the L. He pronounces the L as a W, sharing wives. A little bit like that. I mean, who is he? Elmer Fudd, for crying out loud.
Elmer Fudd.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Maybe he is. Shh. Be we quiet. We have Haywood. Yeah, and this is another entry into the whole tragic comedy, really, that is Arsenal Football Club. And on top of it all, this fool has been given a new contract. Not that it will do any good against the Liverpool team that look absolutely, they're firing on all cylinders, even without Mohamed Salah in their team. And I don't care what people say about the wins over Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest. They will not prepare us for the game against Liverpool. And we lost to them in the FA Cup. People are going to say, oh, we created the chances. We had the better XG. We should have won. Pathetic. We didn't take it yet. Goals matter. We didn't take our chances. Don't get me started on that stupid field tilt. But I have to watch myself to make sure that I do not curse on this stream, and it takes a lot for me to do that. And if anyone thinks that Arsenal are going to have any chance of winning against this Liverpool team, that now see that they've got a great chance to try and win, and will definitely want to do this for their departing manager Jurgen Klopp, who was doing the right thing by jumping before being pushed, then so be it. And I mean, all I can say is that anyone who thinks that we have a chance really needs to get their head examined. Connor's gone for a 3-1 defeat. I know that Chelsea fan in the chat has said that Liverpool will win 2-1. I will say that we will score, but we will concede. And maybe we'll probably end up, playing a game where we lose 3-2, and people will say, oh, we fought so bravely. We should be proud of our team. For crying out loud, it's the goals that matter. It's the points that matter. Liverpool to win 3-2, and yet more and more people will be going crazy. At least if we end up scoring nothing, people are going to realize that we are nowhere near as good as we think we are, and yet I just don't think that will happen.
Exactly.
Managed to be the new talk host of AFC because he says it how it is. Them bastards don't know.
They won't
He would be
get
great.
money because they don't like when someone speaks facts.
No,
so-
they don't like someone being honest.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not allowed to criticise. Oops, you're not allowed to criticise.
No, you can't criticise them. No, well,
No,
You're not
no.
allowed. But yeah, Stepsy, your score prediction.
yeah. I don't know what Arteta's talking about. I mean, this is another episode of
Well,
Wife
that is
Swap, isn't
arse,
it?
mate.
Bit of Wife Swap going on. The Channel 4 show that used to air quite a bit. I don't know if he's trying to audition for that or not, but Ben White and Zinchenko swapping wives. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, that's a bit of a laughing stock there. I see it being high scoring. I see it being a 5-goal thriller. I see Liverpool edging it. They'll concede a couple of goals by being sloppy, but they'll get up and they'll get the 3 points. I'm going for Liverpool 3, Arsenal 2.
Yeah, fair enough, Mr. B.
Well, I don't know about them. Are they supposed to be the old couple or something? Well, Matto and what's
Sorry,
that?
Arsenal
Jack
2,
Lemon,
Liverpool 3,
is it?
sorry.
Something. More like Bart Simpson and Ben Shite, to be honest, you know.
Bastards, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, enough of that. I'm going to go. I think Liverpool are going to win this, and I'm going for 3-1 Liverpool. It's Arsenal.
3-1 Liverpool.
Yeah, by the way, Mr. B, that is a brilliant analogy. And if I were to make a comparison, if they were the odd couple, then maybe Zinchenko would be Jack Lemon or Felix Unger, and Oscar Maddison would be none other than the sloppy Ben White. Anyone who dares to dye his hair that ridiculous color has to be extremely, extremely sloppy.
No, definitely, 100%.
I'm going to say, for this one, I'm going to say 3-2 Liverpool. I think it's be goals galore.
Oh, it's that door's wide open, mate. Come in and share a cup of tea.
But look, that does happen. If Liverpool do win 3-2, I can see the Arsenal saying, "Oh, but we scored 2 goals against Liverpool."
Yeah, that's what it would be.
That's what I said earlier. You're
Yeah,
copying
that's what
me.
Manny
Horace.
exactly said. Yeah, they all said it.
I'm not copying you, man. I'm just giving you some praise there.
They both got the 2 goals they scored, even though they lost.
Manny is right. Arsenal fans trying to deflect it, but look, you have to win. Arsenal do have to win. Both teams really have to win, but it'll be tight. But I do think Liverpool will be the winner in this match.
Liverpool need to go over that gap because Man City will be right on their heels.
No, I don't
Last
want
game we
to bother.
That's Man City.
You're going to have to do it, but it's all down on you.
Shit, man.
All down on
I
you,
can
mate.
talk about this.
Yeah.
Right.
No, well, we've got to play them at home in the FA Cup, and we've got to play them away. So you've had them once.
I don't want to see any of this again, by the way. None of this mocking someone else before we've even done
doing that
anything.
early. That
Only
early.
1-0 up and mocking someone else's celebration. That's enough of that, Neil Muppet, as I keep calling you Neil Muppet from now on. I want you out of my club. I want you gone.
You loved him a couple of days ago. Now you hate him.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
He's a prick. Anyway, sorry, Horace, but
no, I'm just saying that because you used to love him. You used to, he's a great. I like him. But now, you don't. To be fair, look, I understand your frustration. You shouldn't be, mocking someone's celebration for that. But yeah,
No,
but,
it can bite you in the arse, and it did.
well, Madison was like,
all that we were 1-0 up.
my
Only
celebration.
1-0
He
up.
hasn't scored more goals in his career. That was funny, but Mr. B.
Yeah, but doing that early with most of the game
what's
still
going to
to
happen
go.
in this game? Will the team try and get a result against Man
I
City?
don't know. I can't see us winning, man. I think we're done for again. I think we're going to lose again. I can't because we're soft at the back, mate. We're gone. We've had it. We're useless now. Our stinger's gone. It's just pitiful, man. So I'm going to go 3-1 City. I don't want to say it, but I think I'm going to go for that. 3-1 City.
3-1 City. That's a fair, honest prediction from Brentford fan. Stepsy?
Yeah, I can see Brentford a little bit sloppy at the back now. There's a few cracks, like I said on Steve's stream a couple of days ago. Yesterday. There's a few cracks that are forming.
You're right.
Regular now can play since the Tottenham game's out of the way, so he might
Even
start.
within there, ain't going to do anything.
Well,
ain't going to matter.
You never know. He'll start hopefully, but there's got to be some change there. I don't think Ben Mee's been right. I think he needs to start with Aya and Collins would be my pick in the middle there. But Man City is strong. Haaland's back. De Bruyne is on fire. Alcaraz to score whenever he feels like it.
Nah, Mr. B doesn't.
That free kick they scored. What a brilliant free kick! Very well worked. And I just see Brentford folding. I can see Brentford scoring one, probably through Norgard. He'll probably step up with one, or Jensen maybe, or maybe even Lewis Potter might bang one in the back of the net. But it's going to be Brentford 1, Man City 3.
Fair enough. Money.
This is of course the same Brentford. This is the same Brentford team that did the double over City last season.
Yeah,
but
it's not.
Didn't stop.
No, it's not.
Yeah, maybe not. You're right, but even with Tony back, here's the thing though. I do think Brentford will score a couple of goals here because you got Ivan Toney. You got Ivan Toney, and City's defense is a shambles. The only problem is, unless your midfield and defense gets its act together, you could concede quite a few. But I'm not bigging him up per se. I will say that in as much as the man has some pretty poor issues off the field, he does score goals. He certainly proved
and you
in
want
that
him at
game.
Arsenal. You know you do. 100 million.
One cheating goal, one normal goal.
No, I didn't say say I wanted him. I did say that there would be some doubts over his attitude. Well, some of them do. Some of them do. I mean, I have my reservations. Let's just say, and I just think that basically, Brentford should be able to score, but City will also score. I'm going to go for a similar score line between Arsenal and Liverpool. Brentford 2, Manchester City 3. Brave home defeat.
We are conceding a few goals, so not surprised.
Yeah,
I think he'll score though. As long as they any team which has Josko Gvardiol and Ruben Diaz in that back four will still concede more than a few. I do not rate Diaz.
Yeah, I think we know that by now, Manny.
Yeah, I don't understand why, but I can see there are some flaws there.
Yeah, I'm gonna. My score prediction. I'm gonna say Man City 2, Brentford 1. I do think Man City will win this, but yeah, I mean, look, I know Tony's back, but I'm not sure if he's gonna help the team with anything against this game because obviously don't want to hurt Mr. B's ears, but De Bruyne is back, and I do think Haaland. Haaland is back close, so yeah, it's gonna be intriguing. But
we're getting easier. Well, we got. I think we've got Liverpool at some stage soon.
I think so.
And West Ham.
You got Liverpool, West Ham
as
well coming up.
I don't think we've played at your stadium. Mr. B, I don't think we've played at your stadium yet, so I do think we've played each other very soon. But yeah.
Remember that 4-0 last year, Oris? Was it last season?
Don't remind me of that. But yeah, look.
That won't happen again.
That won't happen again. Hopefully not. But yeah. That has been all the games. Yeah, all the games so far. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to get people to shout their socials as we always do. Starting off with Manny, big up to you. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me obviously on Irish Talks Football, also on Hannah's Coach's Corner, Del Boy Gunner TV, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV, Up the Cherries in all departments, AFC Talk Show TV, Eugene Spurs Asia TV, occasionally, of course, on Mr. B, Hiver Football Chat, big up to him as well, and quite a few others that I don't really have the strength or the ability to name at the moment because I am actually quite tired. Bear in mind, I got back from my holiday and decided that I might as well, hop on, but I am still feeling a little bit lagged in a way and I might need a bit of a rest. But I might need a bit of a rest. I hope you can understand that. But yeah, so always good to come on here, talk about football, and try to keep things a little bit respectful. Avoid the banter as much as possible, because I always say that if we can't agree to disagree without being disagreeable, there's no point in having a discussion. So cut the snide, cut the banter, cut the foul language, and let's just treat each other the way we would like to be treated. Enjoy this upcoming weekend, some good sporting action. Some action. If you're a rugby fan, I do believe the Six Nations is underway between France and England. Do catch a watch along for that on Hanno's channel. Yeah, and if I had coverage of that, I'd definitely be sitting down to watch it, but sadly not. If you enjoy football, international football, that is, there's the AFCON, Nigeria into the semi-finals of the AFCON, and also South Korea are in the semi-finals of the Asian Cup. And obviously Premiership action to come, more sporting action elsewhere around the world. Ireland, of course, 3-0 up on France with a penalty by... no, this is rugby, so big scores are expected. And it's Jack
3-0 up against France.
It's Jack Crowley, the fly half, who's put them ahead. But... yeah, that's nothing much else. Enjoy your weekend. Take as much rest as you can. Be safe, be happy, and don't do anything that the panelists and I wouldn't do. But as always, you know the drill. It's farewell to thee and goodbye and God bless to all of you. And I need to sleep ASAP. Cheers, everyone.
Yeah, big up to you.
Take care, man.
I'm tired from your holiday, but big up to you, Mr. B. Big up to you. Where can we find you?
Yeah, Mr. B for Life 182, Mr. B Hive Football Chat, and also got my cricket stream, of course. Mr. B talks England cricket is the new one. I haven't got the address for that, but I will do that at some stage. I'll put that on there at some stage and everything. I'm doing a reaction stream for the second day. That'll be tomorrow, probably around 11:30, I think, something like that. No, it's early, but, you know, there's other stuff going on. There's football and everything. So we're doing that earlier. We'll do a preview stream at some stage for the game against City, or I should say the massacre against us on Monday by City. I'll do the preview for that. And lots of other stuff coming out. And thanks, Orist, and the other lads there, Manny and Hanno earlier, and Stephen. Cheers, guys.
You got Mr. B. And also, I know you don't have a YouTube channel, but where can we find you on social?
Yeah, I'll get it back up. I'm going to get T-Boys to help me. So you can find me on, obviously channel like normal. You can find me on Mr. B Football Chat, Coach's Corner, T-Boys TV every now and then when he decides to do a build-up. Obviously, you can find me at the moment on Instagram at StepsyBoy and on Twitter or X. Thank you, Elon Musk, for changing it. On StepsyBoy82. But yeah, the YouTube will be coming back. It's just getting time to get it all set up and checking my mental health and seeing when I can start streaming again. But I'll always be on people's channels. So big up and thank you for having me again, Horace.
No worries. Big up to you guys. Big up the panel for tonight. Obviously, Manny, big up obviously for coming from holiday. Mr. B, big up to you as always. Obviously, big up to Hanno and also to Steps as well. Big up everyone in the comments. Make sure you guys
big up everyone in Chelsea fans and Connor
on the road to 500. We shall see you very soon. So peace and